Hi YouTube, welcome back to Nancy Drew, Secret of the Scarlet Hand. We fixed the audio issues from part 1 that we had at the end of the last stream, and we're ready to play. We're ready to get back into being a museum curator. And eventually, hopefully, Nancy will figure out what mystery awaits her in Washington, D.C. So, let's get back into it, shall we? Okay, so we needed to figure out what the matchmaker answer was for the quiz. We need to finish up our various museum tasks.
Greetings.
See you around, Henrik.
That will be
I
fine.
feel like no one's talking to us right now. What's going on here?
I'd better check to see if I'm done with that.
Okay, and I need to find information on the numbers that don't have dots and bars, and I don't remember if I have that or not. We still need to find a shard of pottery. I think there's one left. And then we need to find where the addenda is. Maybe let's go back to the hotel. I think the ones that I'm the most nostalgic for are probably Curse of Blackbird Manor and Legend of the Crystal Skull, because those were the first two games that I ever played, the first two Nancy games that I ever played. But then the older ones, obviously, like, the vibe of the games have more nostalgia factor, so there's that too. Whoops. I don't think... Oh! I didn't know that we had this. That's gonna be helpful. S. June. Space Baby. Welcome in, Owen. Welcome, welcome. Okay. Stuff to remember. This is where all the picture ones are. Or where all the number things are. Oh! I just didn't scroll far enough. Okay. Okay. One... Okay, what are the ones that I'm missing? I didn't write down the ones that I was missing. I know that I didn't have 2. 2 has a big hat with 5 fingers. 5-finger hat. Reminds me of 3-Finger Rock from Creature of Kapu Cave. Semi-oval. And then 3 looks like a doctor. 4, tongue sticking out. 5 has wrinkles. 6 wears an eye patch with an X in it. 7 wears rectangular glasses. 8 has a curly forehead ornament and a peace symbol on cheek. 9 has a beard or acne. 10 looks like death, removable jaw. I wish there was music right now. The Maya loved Jade. I love you too, Owen. 13 has the T on the cheek. 14 has the C. Oh, thank you so much for the laugh out loud. Okay, I think that'll be helpful. There's the music. Hi, Risque. Enjoy your lurk. Enjoy, enjoy. Good to see ya. Okay, back to the museum. I almost threw my notebook off of the desk because I was too enthusiastic. Let's see what we can do here. Okay, so 2 is this one, the crazy hat. 3 is a doctor. What is this now? This is 16. 4, 8, 9, 14, 15, 16. Number 6. 13 had the T. This is the removable jaw, which is 10. Is this not 10? Wait, okay. So 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18,
That
19.
looks right.
Okay. Got it. So now we can check that off. Also, guys, if you'd like to play Nancy Bingo with us, you can type !Nancy Bingo in the chat, and it'll generate a card for you. Okay. Do we have any combinations written down in his little notebook? Joanna found out about the stinky cheese incident. Big trouble now. I wonder who ratted out on me. Must have been that Cocoa Bandit. Whoops, I hear Storm and Joanna coming over. Better hide this. Silly, silly Sunny. Well, we can mark off Sunny June and Cocoa Kringles if you've got that on your bingo. Okay, I gotta find that shard of pottery, and I have a feeling it's in, like, one of these, but I don't have the combination for that, and I don't know where to get it. I think that is why he got fired, yes. Technically at work. No problem. Enjoy your lurk. Hopefully you can come back and chit-chat later. Okay, where do we think... Is the matchmaker question something we can find? Do we think?
It's locked.
Okay. Okay, a few questions that I can't answer yet. Gotcha. I feel like there's something that I can find that I haven't found yet just because I haven't clicked in the right place. You know what I mean? one of those moments.
Come in. How are the tasks coming along?
I'm not sure what to do with those shards of pottery in the lab.
Henrik can help you with that.
Henrik cannot help me with
I've
anything.
got work to do.
Bye.
He will not speak to me. Joanna is useless. She's literally done nothing for me. Alright, is this where we find...
Topeka Commission for the Arts. That's the organization Prudence Rutherford works for.
Oops. Isn't Punchy LaRue on here? Yeah, Punchy. And that is a reference to a future game. If you have that on your bingo. I did. Yeah, I agree, Owen. Half of the dialogue options don't matter because the response is who knows. Yeah. Thank you for the hydrate, Jamie. Thank you, thank you. And welcome in, by the way. Enjoy your lurk. Happy Thursday. Let's see if we can find it outside, maybe? Ah! Perpetual spinning. Get me out. Okay. Whee! Where is the pottery piece? I feel like it's gotta be in here. Wait. I thought that was gonna give me like a password or something. Maybe I should call Bess and George. And see if... I don't know if they'll give me hints though, because technically there's no mystery yet, you know? But we can try anyways.
Hello?
Hey, Bess, it's me, Nancy. What's new?
It's pouring rain. George and I are in the middle of a heated game of Go Fish, and I'm winning.
Don't believe a word she says, Nancy. Last hand, I made mincemeat out of her.
Anyway, we don't want to make you homesick. How's the internship going?
So far, so good. There's a lot of excitement about the upcoming exhibit, especially since we have the Palenque monolith.
The who?
The monolith. It's a giant block of stone recently excavated from a cave near Palenque in Mexico. Apparently, it's a very big deal. They think it's 1,500 years old.
So, have you seen it? This, monolith?
Yeah, it's humongous. Must weigh a ton.
Like how big? As big as a refrigerator?
Maybe Bigfoot's refrigerator.
Sorry, Nancy, but how would a person tell this monolith apart from, say, some other big rock?
Well, for one thing, it has Maya glyphs carved into it.
Glyphs?
Pictures that represent words or ideas, also known as logographs.
Yeah, I feel like in
Joanna
the early
says
games,
the glyphs might be a message from
they're
King
always
Pakal.
yelling when they're on
What
the phone
kind
with
of
each other.
message?
We don't know yet. Henrik Vanderheun, Beach Hill's epigrapher, is working on a translation.
Who was King Pakal?
He's considered one of the great Maya rulers. He reigned at the height of the Maya civilization.
Well, Nancy, you're sounding very curatorial.
Very curatorial indeed. We've been worried that you would be a little bored without a mystery to solve, but it sounds like your brain will have plenty to chew on.
The whole Maya culture is a mystery to me at the moment. The last thing I'm going to be is bored.
Yeah,
I'm
so
sure
we
of
can't
that.
ask them for hints yet.
Speaking of kings, this card game's not over yet, Bess.
I
Yes,
probably
well, I
have
hope
never
you've
heard
got
this
plenty of
dialogue
bait for your
before.
fishing pole, dear cousin.
Okay, you two. I'll call back later.
Because
Call
normally I
back
don't
soon.
call
Yeah, and
them
good luck.
until the mystery has happened. Maybe... Oh, I got the... I forgot that I got the password for that. The game and the one that I need to log into. Help. What are words? Yes, the maze. Thank you. I don't think that this will have the... Yeah. No password, alas. What time is it? I could go talk to Taylor Sinclair, but I don't really want to. I know, it is very odd that they did that. Oh, the instructions went away so fast. Is this one where I can... Ah, yes. I love that cheat. I would be so lost without without the map. Yay. I didn't put my card in, freak. Well, here we go. One more time. But thank you so much for the resub. Thank you, thank you. 3 months of silly goosery. Here's to many more. I also hyped too early. I thought that we were good. It's okay though. We're still good. For real this time. Woo woo woo. Woohoo. Is the pottery piece something that I can find in here somewhere? Oh. Maya, God of Death. We love a slideshow presentation. I always thought this part was so fascinating as a kid. When they do like the animated version of it. Eyeballs as jewelry. Ooh, still getting the tattoo. Enjoy. This part, I love this part as a kid for some reason. Oh, I forgot about that. The very end. Okay, so nothing else to see here right now. Oh, oh! Oh, thank goodness. Is that all that I need? Let's go find out. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, dun.
There.
Yes.
Now I can start putting this together.
Yes. Okay. Spin. I love that sound. That sound is so good. Oh, yeah. Crunch. Crunch, crunch, crunch. Mmm. Yeah, baby. That crunchy pottery.
That's done.
Okay, so now all I have to do is bring the addenda, which I still have not found yet. Also, I don't remember if I put this on the bingo or not, but if that's done is on your bingo card, then you can check that off.
I see you succeeded in reconstructing that Maya pot.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know what the glyph on it means?
Something like, don't play ball in the house?
Place name glyphs are some of the rarest and most difficult to translate. Even most of my colleagues wouldn't have a clue about this one. Ah, but I'm a rare breed myself, Nancy, and this is one of my areas of expertise.
Reference
In
to
the
an
words
old
of Nicholas
game.
Falcone, come on, spill it.
You can
The
check
glyph
that
on
off
that
too.
pot signifies the great ancient Maya city of Copan in Honduras. There happens to be a very important dig going on there right now.
Why is it so important?
When you've been researching a civilization for over half your life, you get very excited about any new evidence that is found. I'm keeping up with the action by ham radio.
Great.
See you around, Henrik.
I suspect you will.
Can I look at any of this right
It's
now?
locked.
You can check that off your bingo too.
It's locked.
I don't know if she writes this down for us or if we need to write it down, so I'm gonna just write it down. 555 1222. Sheila. Oh, is this Krollmeister? No, it's not. Huh. Morse code.
I shouldn't be messing around with this without permission.
Buy milk. Isn't the addend... Didn't Sunny, like, make a paper airplane or something stupid like that? Yes! Is this what we need? Yes!
I better deliver this to Alejandro right away.
I can't believe that memory just, like, popped in my brain. Time to go see Daddy! Oh, not this. Hello?
How may I help you?
No, I don't want her to speak
Hi,
Spanish.
I'm Nancy Drew,
I don't want
the
that.
new deputy curator.
I don't
over
want
at
him
Beach
to
Hill.
have to go through that.
Oh, you're Joanna Riggs' newest pirate in training. How does it feel to join the ranks with the modern-day conquistadors?
I beg your pardon, but how does a deputy curator become a pirate in your book?
You had better brush up on your history, young lady.
Agreed.
When the Spanish explorers invaded Mexico, they became known as the conquistadors, or conquerors.
Yes,
They robbed
Nancy
the
getting called
indigenous
out, that
peoples
does
of their
count.
wealth, not just their gold,
So if
but
you
their
have that on your
artwork,
bingo,
their
then
sacred
you can check that
objects.
off.
Anything they did not steal, they burned to the ground.
Do you blame Joanna and modern-day
I don't
art
have that one,
collectors for
but
something
hopefully
that
some of you
happened
do.
long before they were born?
Oh,
There
and
is
I
more.
also have
In the 19th century,
traveling to a different
archaeologists
location
discovered
as
the
part of the
ruins
bingo,
of
so you can
ancient
check that off as
civilizations
well.
predating even the Aztecs. Many of the dig sites were robbed, and the stolen artifacts were sold off to art museums and collectors around the world. Today, finally, it is
True,
illegal
Shay.
among most civilized nations to remove an artifact from its native country. But sadly, there are thousands of precious antiquities with highly questionable provenance floating around the Western world.
What do you mean by questionable provenance?
An artifact's provenance is the story of its origin and ownership. For example, how it made its way from a temple at Chichen Itza to a museum in Washington, D.C. If the artifact's provenance reveals that it has been stolen, then that artifact must be returned to the country of its origin.
Then the relics at Beach Hill must all be legitimate, right?
Oh,
No,
Nancy.
not at all. Provenance documents are often tampered with or forged to cover up the theft. Because of this, thefts continue and a great deal of art is moved on the black market, even today. Unethical art dealers and greedy museum curators do nothing to stop this.
Somebody should do a series of posts about Nancy Drew games and their, like, political stances. Because I feel like especially the early games had a lot of political messaging, which I think is really interesting.
And to you, these people are no better than pirates, is that right?
If Joanna Riggs or that overstuffed pillowhead Sinclair had any decency, they would take measures to see that all Maya artifacts were returned to Mexico at once where they belong.
Well, I
Yeah.
think I'll have to chew on some of these issues for a while, Alejandro.
Even
In
ghost
the meantime,
dogs.
I do need you to sign off on these changes to the loan agreement for the monolith. Do you mind?
I am still not happy that such a rare find will have its debut exhibition on American soil.
Danger by
But in
Design
my
had a
country,
little bit.
too, there are people for whom money talks.
Creature of Capu
I will
Cave,
take those documents
arguably.
now.
I guess I should give him the contract.
Thank you. I have some business with Joanna at the museum later, so I will return the contract to her then, after I have looked it over.
Actually, Alejandro, I think I'm supposed to take them back to Joanna myself.
You may consider your mission accomplished.
Well,
Yes, sir.
Okay then.
Goodbye.
King. King behavior. Is that all I can see right here? I guess so.
How are the tasks coming along?
Do you think Alejandro would go to extreme measures, like stealing, to reclaim Mexico's artifacts?
Who knows?
Here you go, Owen. Here's your who knows.
Why did you become a museum curator?
I became a curator because I want to help make artifacts available to as many people as possible. That's all that matters, isn't
True,
it?
Zed.
Unless you're Alejandro Del Rio.
I've got work to do.
Bye.
I feel like that's so interesting. Now I want to do like a deep dive on all of the political messaging in Nancy Drew. Henrik's gone. Uh-oh. Ah! Frick.
Beach Hill's been hit. Sit tight, Nancy. The police are on their way.
Okay. Mystery time. And jump scare. If you have that on your bingo, you can definitely check that off because I got scared. No.
I should talk to Joanna before I touch anything.
Someone has cooked up my worst nightmare and served it to me on a plate.
I'd like to have a look at the crime scene myself. Did the police turn up any clues?
The police took some samples for the crime lab, but they couldn't promise any overnight results. So if you want to put your little magnifying glass up to the scene, it's fine with me.
What were their initial findings?
Who knows? Right now, my priority is to get a move on this insurance claim.
knows?
I've got work to do.
Semper ubi sabubi.
I shouldn't be messing around with this without permission.
Nancy, something's come up and I'll be gone for a bit. Your mission in the meantime. Run through the temple activities to verify that all questions can be answered based on info available elsewhere in the museum. We don't want a little rascal rebellion on our hands when the exhibit opens now, do we? Be back ASAP. Thanks, Henrik. Okay. Well, we've done that so far, but we don't have the matchmaker question.
You have voicemail. Press.
Nancy, hi. It's Franklin Rose. I'm calling because it's just... This theft is very bad news for the museum. You can't imagine the limb we went out on to acquire that Pakal carving. It's been one of the museum's main attractions. I don't want to take you away from your internship, but if you can do a little investigating, well...
Yeah, Nancy gets a voicemail.
I speak for the whole board when I say we'd be very grateful. Give me a call when you have a chance. And Nancy, thanks.
To replay messages, press.
Boswell, Jackson, and Rose, how may I direct your call?
This is Nancy Drew.
Yes, that
calling
does
for
count.
Franklin Rose, please.
Just a minute, please.
Nancy, hello. Do you have any news?
Not really, but something tells me this case is going to get complicated.
Oh, Nancy, you zero in on a case like a heat-seeking missile, don't you? I feel so much better knowing you're going to follow up on every lead. I'll help in any way I can.
Thanks, Mr. Rose.
That's what I'm here for.
That was a very productive phone call we just had. Wait, do we have... No, we don't have any keys. Anything been delivered? Nope.
Need something?
I'm curious about the red handprint the thief left. Does it have any significance in Maya culture?
Afraid I can't help you there.
You
What
can't
I
help me
want
with
to know
anything.
is what the hand was printed with. It's obviously not finger paint. Why don't you do a little analysis on it in the lab?
Have you seen
Okay,
Henry?
I can do
I
that.
found a piece of paper inside the Pakal display case. It had some glyphs on it and a print of a red hand. I'm hoping he can give me a translation.
What am I, fish food? Henrik's not the only one around here who can read a glyph, you know.
Okay, great. Did you happen to see the thief's message?
The police showed me the note. It said, "The magician suffers yellow death," whatever that means. Apparently, the thief just couldn't come up with the glyphs for "the curator suffers flaming purple disgrace."
I've got work to do.
Semper ubi sabubi.
Please insert sample and press start. Krollmeister! You can check that off your bingo. I don't have Krollmeister on mine.
Okay, I've got a graph of the chemical used for the handprint. Now I've got to match it up with a known substance. That's it!
HGS.
I should take the handprint with me.
I tried. Okay, I need the periodic table of elements.
S stands for sulfur.
Where's my HG?
According to this chart, Hg
Ooh, another
stands for
hydrate. Thank you,
mercury.
Jamie. Thank you, thank you. Look at that triple U. I didn't know that existed.
So the handprint was made from mercury and sulfur.
I feel like you could also talk about the politics of Nancy as a character. She was pretty progressive, being a strong female detective, but at the same time she was very mild in other ways, like very well-mannered and presented as very pretty and feminine. She was a feminist, but in a way that was still socially acceptable to most. Yes. Yes. There's somebody sent me a Reddit post about that, talking about how Nancy was progressive. But yeah, when the first Nancy Drew book was released in the 1930s, it was a direct response to the Hardy Boys books. And it was very feminist in nature, for sure. And that continues to this day.
Something?
I did the chemical analysis you suggested.
Shout out Nancy.
That red hand was printed with a compound containing mercury and sulfur. Does that mean anything to you?
Sure, cinnabar. The Maya would rub it into their most important carvings to add definition to the artist's lines.
Does the museum keep cinnabar around?
We use cinnabar here at the museum the same way the Maya did, to keep things as authentic as possible. Henrik orders those kinds of supplies, but we've been out of stock for quite a while. The last I heard, there was some kind of holdup with the distributor.
I haven't seen Henrik since the theft. Where do you think he could be?
Who knows?
This is who we need to call. Keep it real. Five, 6766. Mac.
You have no voicemail.
Keep it real. Max speaking.
Hi, I'm the new deputy curator over at Beach Hill Museum. I wonder if you could answer a couple of questions for me about our ordering history.
Well, hello there, Beach Hill. Hey, you're not Sunny June. Whatever happened to that guy? I suppose he caught a ride on a flying saucer, huh? What a riot. I'm sorry. Anyway, you don't need to reorder, do you? Unless you ate last week's shipment for breakfast, that is.
Do you know who placed that order?
The initials on the order are JR.
So there hasn't been a holdup at the distributor or anything
I forgot
like that?
Hold
JR
up.
were the initials.
Oh, I don't know where you heard that. We've got enough mercuric sulfide in-house to sink a ship.
Was the package shipped to the museum?
Oh? Oops, I guess we didn't ship it at all. It looks like the package was picked up here at the warehouse.
Can you remember anything about the person who picked up the package?
I sure can't. Guess I must have been at lunch or something.
You're sure it was last week?
Oh, that's what it says here.
Well, thanks for your help.
Sure thing. I hope there wasn't any problem with the stuff, was there? We only used the top-grade mercuric sulfide.
Problem? Not that I could hold you responsible for.
Well, you sound a little green in the chemicals department, if you don't mind my saying so. I hope you know that mercuric sulfide is highly toxic. Makes you crazy.
Well, I have heard that mercury poisoning can cause hallucinations and other symptoms of psychosis.
Oh, looks like I've got another call coming in here. You give us a call in about 4 months or so when you start to run out, okie doke? And don't forget to keep it real.
Okay, so we should have a lot of cinnabar. What do you have to say about that, Joanna?
I've got work to do.
Nothing,
Bye.
obviously. Okay, let's go talk to Taylor Sinclair. I guess. Don't really want to, but if I'm gonna solve this mystery, I've got to.
It's a fiasco, just as I feared. Oh, I'm sick about the whole thing.
I see you've spoken with Joanna.
I was in the museum when it happened.
What?
Do you think it's the same person who carried out those other thefts?
That awful red hand was left on Prudence Rutherford's jewelry box in Topeka, and on the display case in the museum in New Mexico. What's the chance they're not connected?
Do you know Prudence Rutherford personally?
Oh, we saw each other at functions now and then. Poor Prudence. She adored that necklace.
Why do you think the thief is leaving this red handprint?
To be a gruesome scoundrel?
What's the name of the museum in New Mexico?
The Chaco Canyon Cultural Center. They had a beautiful collection up there, worth a bundle, too. I appraised some pieces for them a few years back.
Joanna says you performed an act of wizardry in helping Beach Hill acquire the Pakal carving.
Getting those provenance docs together was a pig and a half. Oh, they're on the up and up, I assure you. But to have been at the height of my career back before the crackdown, those were the days.
A pig and a half?
Maybe sometime I'll tell you a sad story I call How Mexico Lost Its Sense of Humor. Not today, though, Nancy.
Alejandro says you're unethical, a modern-day conquistador, that you're robbing Mexico of its cultural history.
And I say Alejandro is the real bully of the playground. A lunch money extortionist who loves nothing more than to see the other boys and girls go hungry.
The Pakal thief's glyph message translates to, "The magician suffers yellow death." What in the world do you think that means?
You've got me there.
When you sell a piece of art, what kind of commission do you get?
Standard, 10%. It's no king's ransom, unless of course you sell something for $1 million. Too bad I'm not allowed to put that monolith on the market.
Pleasant.
I'd better get going.
I hope
for
you said that with
stopping by.
sarcasm. Because I read it with sarcasm. I do not like that man. But here's a man that I do like.
Hello, Nancy.
Why did Mexico choose to lend the monolith to Beach Hill and not some other museum?
Johanna Riggs outbid everyone. I had no idea a small museum like Beach Hill could afford such an expensive arrangement.
Do you know much about Maya glyphs?
You've got me there. I know Spanish, English, Portuguese,
Nahuatl.
several indigenous languages, including Quiche and Nahuatl, but I have yet to learn the language of glyphs.
Have you heard? The Pakal carving was stolen from the museum.
Well, I heard the alarms going off, but it wasn't until Henry called me that I heard the news.
You don't sound very concerned about all of this.
I was running late. I just figured somebody tripped a wire and I kept going. Whew.
It's odd that I didn't see you.
I was there on business, Nancy, not for tea.
Don't you care about the disappearance of such a rare Maya artifact?
That artifact was lost to me as soon as it left Mexican soil.
Fair.
So my friend Pakal goes underground for a while until he is sold again. Suddenly, he turns up in Amsterdam or Hong Kong. Unless he is rightfully repatriated to Mexico, what's the difference?
Do you consider Henrik a conquistador, along with Joanna Riggs and Sinclair?
Henrik is a student of my culture and my heritage. Not trying to buy and sell it. We don't agree on everything, especially not baseball, but I have nothing against him.
Do you know what cinnabar is?
The red powder that the Maya used? Sure, I know it. They use it at Beach Hill too, do they not?
Cinnabar was used to make the red handprint that was left at the scene of the Pakal theft.
What is your point?
Joanna said the museum didn't have any, but the supplier said she ordered some last week.
Have you called the police?
I don't want to jump to conclusions.
Of course. Sister Joanna couldn't possibly be a thief now, could she?
I should get back to the museum.
Yes, you should.
Thank you. Thank you for your time. Oh, she's gone too. Cool. Is that a toothbrush?
Who knew one piece of jade could have so much history?
Wait. No. trying to get out of it. There we go. Is that the only one that I can see? Okay. So that's all for now, I guess. Unless... Nope. I'm gonna call... Oh! Nancy, the police called. They want me to go down to the station for further questioning. Something about an anonymous tip? Ugh. Do I have time for this? No. Hold down the fort while I'm gone, will you please? I left my office open if you need anything. Be back soon, Joanna. So, I'm assuming Alejandro called
You have no
the anonymous
voicemail.
tip in. Which, like, that's fine because that gives us the space to, snoop. Oh! I guess I can only call them when I'm at my hotel. That's fine, that's fine.
It's locked. It's locked.
What? Well, where does this key go to then? Is there something in here that needs a key? Oops. Nope. This one? Yeah.
Chaco Canyon Cultural Center.
Hi, I'm hoping to speak to someone about the theft that happened there recently.
Are you the press?
No, I'm a detective investigating a similar crime in Washington, D.C.
This is Sheila Schultz, the director. What would you like to know?
My name is Nancy Drew. I'm calling from the Beach Hill Museum in Washington, D.C. I understand you had some rare Maya artifacts stolen recently.
That's right. It's a terrible loss, and the police here have no leads.
Beach Hill was robbed, too. We lost one of our prized jade carvings.
I'm very sorry to hear that.
I'm wondering if the robberies are connected. Do you mind if I ask you a few questions about the incident at Chaco Canyon?
Fire away.
I heard the thief left a red handprint at the scene of the crime. Is that true?
Yes. It was very gruesome. It looked like blood, but according to the police analysis, the print was made with a mercuric sulfide paste.
Do you know of any symbolic meaning attached to a red hand?
Don't walk, don't go there, talk to the hand, as my 15-year-old would say? Really, I haven't the slightest idea.
So the thief cleaned out an entire display case?
Only the center's most prized pieces. The case contained 5 pre-Columbian artifacts that were excavated right from this area.
Do you have a list of the stolen pieces?
I know those pieces like the back of my hand. There were 3 pottery pieces, a small stone figurine with a snake head, and an ornamental jade carving.
I'm interested in the jade carving. What did it look like?
It was highly unusual. There was a glyph on it that no one could translate. Until we hired Henrik Vanderheun, that is. His opinion was that it's Mayan in origin, and that it may have been a place-name glyph for this area. As you can imagine, we regarded it as something of a regional treasure.
Do you know that Henrik Vanderheun works for Beach Hill now?
Yes, I know. His departure was a great loss for us.
Why didn't you mention the connection when I told you I was from Beach Hill?
I guess it didn't seem important.
Was Henrik still working at Chaco Canyon when the theft occurred?
No. It happened just a few days after he left. I remember because after the police left, the staff and I were so depressed, We went into the lounge and pigged out on the rest of Henrik's farewell cake.
Was Henrik on good terms with Chaco Canyon when he left?
Well, it was awfully abrupt. As soon as he heard about that monolith, boom, he was gone. For some reason, he just had to go study it. We weren't exactly happy about it, but it's not like quitting is against the law.
Could you send me a photo of that jade carving so I can take a look at the glyph?
I'm afraid I sent our only print off to the insurance company. They said they'd return it, but who knows when our claim will be processed. I'm sorry.
Thanks a million, Sheila.
Feel free to call if you have any more questions.
What time is it? 1:15. Do. I wonder if we've done enough to trigger you know what. Let's see. Okay, moment of truth. An icon.
Henrik!
An icon.
Amnesia? Wow. Henrik must have taken a real nosedive off that pyramid.
We're really moving
Do you
along
think
now.
he just fell, Nancy?
Or was he pushed?
Sounds like you need to find out about hospital visiting hours.
Yeah, but you'd better get the lowdown from Joanna first.
George is right. She is your supervisor, after all.
Okay. Back to the museum. Is Joanna back? No. So we're probably gonna have to call her? Or what?
You have voicemail.
This message is for Nancy Drew. Hi, Nancy. This is Nurse Bluefoot calling from Eleanor Roosevelt Memorial Hospital in regards to Henrik Vanderheun. I believe you're a colleague of his? Since Mr. Vanderheun was admitted, he has repeated your name several times in states of semi-consciousness. As we've been unable to contact any of his family members, we're hoping you might be willing to act as Henrik's support person as he begins the difficult process of restoring his memory. Please call me as soon as possible to discuss this. My direct line is 202-555-4000. Thank you.
Nancy, it's Joanna. The police are done giving me the 3rd degree, but now the board has suspended me. To make a long story short, I'm forbidden to set foot in the museum. Could you please call Franklin Rose and try to reason with him? If we don't get a move on, this
We've got
exhibit is
lots
going
to
straight
do.
down the tubes.
To replay messages, press...
Okay, let's call Franklin Rose first. Get Joanna back. And then we'll call the hospital.
Boswell, Jackson, and Rose, how may I direct your call?
This is Nancy Drew, calling for
Earthy
Franklin
Mom.
Rose,
Hi,
please.
sister.
Just a minute, please.
Nancy,
You just
must
missed
be
Henrik's
psychic.
fall.
I was just getting ready to call you myself.
Oh, really? Why?
I feel I should apologize
Now he
for
has
the
amnesia.
situation that's going on at the museum, dear. I really did think we were setting you up with a nice little internship, a breather from your casework. But instead, it looks like we've fed you to the lions.
Well, in all my travels, I still haven't found a mystery-free zone, Mr. Rose.
Speaking of travel, I got a postcard from your father in Ouagadougou. Apparently, Burkina Faso has become the cultural darling of West Africa. He must be having quite an adventure.
Like father, like daughter. Anyway, Mr. Rose, I'm calling about Joanna.
I think I know what you're going to say, Nancy. Let me be frank. Joanna Riggs has been in the doghouse with the board for months. Her thirst for acclaim has led her to gamble the future and the reputation of Beach Hill time and again. Now that we've lost the Bacall carving,
Thank
one of our most
you.
notable
I just put new
pieces,
batteries
well,
in them
she's just
today,
got to be
so they're a little
stopped.
bit
I know
brighter.
you're upset, but the Bacall theft is not what
Yeah.
it seems.
It's not your job to defend her, Nancy.
I think I got them from
Even if she
Target.
didn't steal the Bacall herself, how is it that she let this crime happen right under her nose?
They were a
Did she
pain in
want
the
the
butt to
insurance
put
money?
on the
Is
wall,
she
though.
mixed up with the black market? Something is rotten in the state of Denmark. That's Shakespeare.
Whatever she's done, I still think we need Joanna at the museum.
Look, I've got a client waiting, Nancy. What we need now is for you to take up the slack. I've spoken to the rest of the board, and we've agreed that the best thing is to put you in charge.
But Mr. Rose,
I think
don't
you were
think
too.
Joanna is responsible
you're
for
right.
the Bacall theft. She shouldn't be punished.
She's not being punished, dear. In legal terms, we're suspending her in abundance of caution, so she won't do any more damage to Beach Hill's reputation or her own. We're counting on you to catch this thief red-handed. Ha ha. Just kidding, kiddo. If you can get the Bacall back, we'll see about giving Ms. Riggs another chance. That seems fair, doesn't it?
It's a deal, Mr. Rose.
Literally says
Bye,
har
kiddo.
har. Okay, so now let's call the hospital. And then we'll get to work.
This is Nurse Bluefoot.
Nurse Bluefoot, this is Nancy Drew. You left me a message regarding Henrik Vanderheun. How is he?
Nancy Drew. Oh,
Lainey, if you want to
thank
play
goodness.
Nancy Bingo,
Oh, I'm
then you
so
can type
relieved.
exclamation Nancy
We've
Bingo
been unable to locate
in the chat, and
any
it'll give you a
family
card.
members, and we do like amnesia patients to have at least one personal support person when they begin reality orientation.
Can you explain the amnesia?
Henrik is suffering from an acute case of post-traumatic retrograde amnesia. At the moment, he
PTRA.
is unable to recall even the most basic autobiographical facts, from his name and address to his birthday and shoe
I don't
size.
know what I want to say.
He can't access the details of his personal history or events leading up to his accident.
Has he lost his memory for good?
Thanks for
Henrik
lurking,
has not
Shay. It was good to have
actually
you.
lost his memory. It's just that his brain is injured in such a
no
way
spaces.
that he can't access the place where the memories are stored.
I see. So we need to help him find the trail of crumbs. Is that it?
Exactly. First, we do repetitive memory exercises to help Henrik relearn
Yes,
the
just
basic
like that.
facts, like his name and address.
And then you click the link
name
and
of
it'll
his
take you to the
parakeet,
bingo.
if he has one, the date, and so on. Second, we try to stimulate Henrik's sensory memories in order to help trigger or find the way back to his cognitive memories.
What are sensory memories?
A sensory memory is like it sounds, something that is familiar, that you recognize by sight or touch, smell or sound or... Oh, what is that last one? Oh yes, taste. A cognitive memory is something that you know or remember intellectually. For example, how do you know the name of this planet? Somewhere along the way, you learn that it's called Earth, and you just remember. But say you bump your head and forget the name of this planet. You don't know where in the solar system you're floating.
Yikes!
Exactly. But then I show you a picture of our marvelous blue and green globe. Suddenly you remember. That glorious sight is Earth. I live on the planet Earth. This is how a sensory memory can trigger a cognitive or intellectual one.
What if the patient doesn't remember right away?
You can't help Henrik remember his childhood, but you can probably help him remember his work. And who knows where that will take him. All roads lead to Rome, as they say. One great tool is
This
the
is the
Reality
longest phone
Orientation
conversation
Board.
ever.
This is a place to post information and pictures for the patient to look
Just
at
tell me when
over
I
a
can go
period of
see
time.
him.
You may want to bring in images or photos to place on the board. Things from the museum, perhaps.
I see. Well, I'll be happy to help in any way I can. When are visiting hours?
Visiting hours are 10 to 4 every day, if the patient is not engaged in treatment and if he seems stable.
Stable how?
Just remember, Henrik's brain has been knocked around like a peanut in its shell. He may have attention
Little
difficulties,
peanut brain.
headaches, anxiety. Sometimes he may seem giddy, too. We need to keep these conditions in check. Don't push him too hard, or he may have some kind of meltdown.
Well, the last thing we want is a meltdown. I'll go easy on him.
Bye-bye.
Okay, let's see. What time is it? It looks like it's visiting hours, so let's go to the hospital. Hello?
You look familiar. Is it time for my snack?
Henrik, it's me, Nancy. You're looking very well. I'm here to help with your memory exercises so you can come back to Beach Hill as soon as possible.
Beach Hill?
Beach Hill is a museum here in Washington, D.C. Before your accident, you were working there on some important Maya glyph translations. Do you remember anything about that project?
I don't even remember my own birthday. So if you're here to squeeze me for details, you're wasting your time.
According to Nurse Bluefoot, you haven't lost any data. Your brain just doesn't know how to locate certain things at the moment. We need to give it some clues.
How, pray tell, do you intend to do that?
Nurse Bluefoot says that visual aids often help to trigger memories.
Pictures? Well, isn't this nice?
Think of it this way. You just got back from a fabulous trip, only you can't remember the places you went. So you decide to look through postcards to see which ones you recognize.
Fine, I'll do it.
The wall doesn't look like a normal hospital wall. Do you know what I mean? It looks too, like, I don't know. It looks like it's an outside wall and not an inside wall. Outdoor, not indoor, if you know what I mean.
Great. These are Maya glyphs.
Hi, Maggie.
Like
Welcome
the ones you use to
in.
translate. Now, don't be upset if you don't know how to read them anymore. I can tell you what they mean.
I know what they mean, dear. I wrote them.
I'm sure you have written them at one time or another in your career.
I
So
want to know
what do you think this is all about?
if
The magician suffers yellow death.
Your translator
Henrik
is
is
sloppy. I should
faking
know.
his
I am the
amnesia.
author of the original work.
Okay, no worries, Work Lurkin. Enjoy the Work Lurk. I can give you a review of the bingo. But as always, since bingo cards alternate and squares go in and out, I may not have all the ones that have been checked. So what I have, Cocoa Kringles, reference to a future game, It's Locked, reference to an old game, Sunny June, and traveling to a different location. And that's what I've got so far.
The author? What are you talking about?
That first glyph is the fool, not the magician. Furthermore, any decent epigrapher knows those glyphs refer to the
Also, if
infamous
you
plague of
have
losing hives.
Nancy gets a phone
fitting
call,
curse for a fool,
you
don't
can
you
check
think?
that off.
I rather like it.
Henrik, this note was found at a crime
And
scene.
Krollmeister.
Are you telling me you left it there?
Those
don't
are two
remember.
that I remember.
I'm investigating the theft of the Pakal carving. Please, Henrik, try to remember something.
Who in the world is Pakal? Oh, my head. Oh, the pressure. I can't take any more today,
pressure.
Nancy.
Okay, it's time for some memory therapy. Nancy, could you come back tomorrow?
Reality orientation in progress. Okay. Let's go to sleep. So we can come back the next day. Oop, not the phone. So if you have Nancy Goes to Sleep on your bingo card, you can check that off as well. And we did get Nancy Gets Called Out. Yeah, you're right. What? It's visiting hours. What do you mean? I'll come back later. I will come back later. Do I have any voicemails?
You have no voicemail.
Do I have anything? Okay. It's still 10 o'clock. I need it to be past 10. Because maybe then they'll let me talk to him. Why'd she knock like that? Can we get Prudence's phone number from here? Does not look like it.
Any news?
I need a photo of the Pakal carving. Do you have one?
Joanna took the official print for her insurance claim, but I have a couple extras. Here you go. Keep up the good work. Any news?
There was an incident at the museum. Henrik is in the hospital with a head injury.
Poor Henrik. Another squabble between him and Joanna, perhaps? Oh, I'm kidding, but I do remember the time she threatened to push him in the pond. Temper, temper, I'm always telling her.
I'd better get going.
See you around.
Hello, cellar door. How are you doing today? Happy Thursday.
Buenos dias.
Have you heard? The police received an anonymous tip, and they're considering Joanna a prime suspect in the Pakal theft. They've taken her in for questioning.
I called in that tip.
I knew it.
She lied about the Cinnabar, and you may not know this, but she has jeopardized the museum's finances with all of her wheeling and dealing. Why should she not be questioned?
Good,
How
glad
do
to
you
hear
know about
it.
museum finances?
I have my sources.
Have you heard? Henrik Vanderheun fell off the pyramid at the museum. He's in the hospital with a mysterious head injury.
That is terrible news. I hope it's not too serious.
I should get back to the museum.
Yes, you should.
Can I talk to Henrik now? Yes. Oh, I didn't mean to take this. Oh, look, information. He's 61 and a half. Epigrapher, divorced, has 0 children, allergic to chicken and bee stings. Look at his little feet.
Well, look who it is.
Hi, Henrik. I've come to talk Maya Kings. Let's see if this photo rings any bells. This will help you to remember.
That face. He's as familiar as my own feet.
Can you remember the last
We were
time
just
you
talking
saw
about
it?
your feet.
Pakal. Nancy, this is the stolen carving, isn't it? And I'm the one who took it. I must have. But why? Oh, Pakal. What could I have meant by this?
Think, Henrik. Where's the carving now?
I can't remember.
All I need is some idea of where to look next. I'll take any scrap of memory you've got, Henrik.
It's still in the museum.
Why would you break into the display case and steal the carving only to leave it in the museum?
To protect him. I had to protect him. Oh, Pakal. Something is going on at that museum, a devious plot. I was the only one who could stand in the way.
Whose plot is this? Is it someone who's involved with the museum?
Forgive me, Nancy, but when I woke up in this hospital bed, I didn't even know my own name. Perhaps the only thing I can offer you is this key. It was found in one of my pockets when I was brought in.
Do you know what lock it belongs
Probably
to?
his desk
I haven't a clue.
drawers.
Take the key now, Nancy. Find out what it opens and return to me, please, with some answers.
We'll get to the bottom of this, I promise.
In the meantime, I'll
Teamwork.
sit with my friend Pakal and see if he will tell me anything new. You
You do
must
that.
keep this to yourself for now. It's your only hope of getting to the bottom of this.
Do you know anything about the theft of
Everybody
Prudence
hydrate.
Rutherford's necklace?
I can't remember.
One of the pieces that was stolen from the Chaco Canyon Cultural Center was a jade carving with an unusual glyph on it. Do you remember translating it?
I can't remember.
Did you use Joanna's name last week to place an order for Cinnabar with Keep It Real Restoration?
You're
I can't
asking the
remember.
wrong amnesiac.
You wouldn't try to frame her, would you?
Who knows?
Henrik, I need to know where you put the Pakal carving.
I don't know.
Not asking him again.
You rest up. I'll be back.
I'll do my best.
What if he faked amnesia just to get a few days off of work? Something to think about. This is a rusty looking key. Yes. Wait, can't we look at that? Not it's locked after we just opened it. This looks like something we should be able to see. But okay, fine. Okay, fancy little notebook. A little bit of Spanish. Okay. Oh. Numbers.
Looks like I need to find someone who speaks Nahuatl.
Password is the Nahuatl word. Okay. Gotcha. I need to go talk to our friend Alejandro. Oh, this would have been nice to have. Interesting. Can I look at this? Yes. I feel like the Quetzal is something that we need to remember for later. Maybe. Wait. Was there some stuff at the bottom? Not Big Bunny should have been a bingo square. Interesting. Okay, so let's go to the Mexican consulate. Let's try to get the Nahuatl word for snake. And then we'll go back to the hotel to investigate the floppy disk.
Buenos dias.
I need to know the Nahuatl word for snake. Can you help me?
What do you need that word for?
Just for educational purposes, okay?
I'd rather not say. It's part of my investigation.
Now, if only I could remember the word for snake. I hear you have been a great help to Henrik. I wonder if you can help me improve my memory too.
Something tells me this translation is going to come with strings attached.
I am almost certain that the provenance documents for the Pakal carving were falsified. I have asked Joanna to see the documents, but she evades me. If you can find that file in her office and bring it to me, I think it might help my memory of Nahuatl a lot.
I would love to help you.
First, you tell me you were unconcerned about the theft of the Pakal carving, and now you have an urgent need to see the provenance documents? Is it just me, or is this a little suspicious?
If I can determine that the provenance documents are a fraud, this will be the first major step toward legal repatriation of the artwork, whenever and wherever it resurfaces.
Okay, Alejandro. I'll see what I can do.
I feel my Nahuatl coming back to me already. Do you know what Sihuapili means? Princess or lady. Now, if only I could remember the word for snake.
I should get back to the museum.
Yes, you should.
So maybe this doesn't need a password. I thought that he was going to give us the password for that, but it's for the ham radio. So I'm actually going to start at the hotel, see if I can get into this floppy disk, and then we'll go back to the museum. Oh, I do need the password. Okay. Well, we'll find it. Oops. Is this what I need? Okay. I got it.
Hello, Nancy. You have a special delivery for me, I hope?
Here's your file, as requested.
Oh. I have to give it to him.
Good work, my friend. I suppose you would like something in return?
I trust your Nahuatl has
kiss.
become fluent again.
The Nahuatl word for snake is coatl. C-O-A-T-L.
I should get back to the museum.
Total, if you
Adios,
will.
Nancy.
Okay. Consider it written down. I wonder if he can tell me the password to his... Oh, never mind. Can I give... Okay, I can give that to him. That's good. He'd really be snoring. I don't know if there's really much I can do here right now, actually. Maybe Taylor Sinclair has more to say.
Any news?
Nope, and that's a hi-bye convo if you're playing bingo with us.
I'd better get going.
Check.
Keep up the good work.
I am only 2 away from a bingo. We should call... Oh, we can call... Who are we gonna call? I already called them, but maybe they'll give me Prudence's number. If not, I'll call Bess and George and see if I can get a hint from them. Okay, so they won't answer. Got it.
No peeking at my cards, George.
They're still
Hello?
playing
Hey,
Go
Beth,
Fish.
It's me, Nancy.
Like
Hey,
3
Nancy,
days
how's life at the
later.
museum?
Everything was going great until someone broke into a display case and stole one of the museum's most valuable artifacts. A jade carving of King Pakal.
A theft? When? How?
Who are your suspects?
Yeah, you can mark returning character.
Easy, ladies. Let's just say that so far, I have more questions than I do answers.
Thanks for the bang
But
ring
don't worry,
muffins.
I'm on the case.
Welcome
There goes your
in.
low-key internship.
Honestly, Nancy, it never will cease to amaze me how one girl can cross paths with so much trouble.
After the board caught wind about the police interrogating Joanna, they suspended her.
But Joanna didn't take the Pakal.
I tried to suggest that to Franklin Rose without betraying Henrik's confidence, but he's not interested in cutting Joanna any slack.
So what? She's history?
Mr. Rose said that
Oh,
if the
dang.
Pakal carving is recovered,
I hate it when
he'll
that happens.
reconsider.
Well, that's just one more reason you've got to find that carving.
Yeah. Joanna's ambitions may be a little misguided at times, but She shouldn't have to take the fall for Henrik.
Plus which, her presence at the museum may be one of the crucial ingredients to solving this case.
I don't know what to make of Alejandro Del Rio, the attaché to the Mexican consulate.
What's his connection to Beach Hill?
Right now, he's negotiating the monolith loan agreement between Mexico and the museum.
And what's your confusion? Something to do with dashing good looks, I hope.
Well, he is a little bit handsome, but he also seems very angry about all the Mexican antiquities his country has lost over the years.
How have they been lost?
They've been taken by explorers and archaeologists and smugglers. I guess the laws have only recently changed to protect Mexico's rights to its own antiquities.
Well, it sounds like he has a legitimate gripe.
Yes, but I got the
This
feeling
game
he
was
would do
released
just about
in
anything to get an artifact returned to
2002.
Mexico.
What do you mean, anything?
That's what I'm not sure of.
Well, let's
That was
hope he's
23
just a big
years
talker and not a bona fide vigilante.
Why would the thief keep
That was
leaving
23 years
awful
ago.
red handprint at
That's
every crime
crazy.
scene?
Talk about a creepy trademark.
Oh, I'm just glad I haven't seen it. With my sensitive psyche, that type of thing is like a 10-year warranty for nightmares.
Does it have any meaning in Maya culture?
You can go ahead
Not
and
that I
mark
know
off
of.
Well,
Ask a phone
somebody
character
oughta
for a
know.
hint.
You're surrounded by
have that.
experts in Maya culture, for gosh sakes.
But maybe it doesn't mean anything at all. Maybe the thief just thinks it's glamorous.
Sure. I mean, who really wants anonymity after all? Thieves have to have style. Something to set them apart, right?
It's not just any old villain that gets a book deal these days.
Detective Drew, requesting hint, please.
Stop by the hospital and see if Henrik's in the mood to walk down memory lane.
Maybe he's made some headway on that riddle translation.
I'll talk to you later, ladies.
We're rooting for ya.
Yeah, you're doing great.
Thank you. Kiss, kiss. Good morning.
Nancy, you have brought me back to my work.
What have you remembered?
I've been working like a fiend. Look at the board.
Yes.
There's Henrik's password.
Yes.
This has something to do with the plot at the museum, Nancy.
Stone.
I'm sure of it.
What is the prison of stone?
It's a tomb. Pakal called it a prison because it was designed to prevent the Whisperer's soul from entering the underworld.
That's kind of creepy.
The Whisperer came from a distinguished line of royal scribes. I can't seem to remember her name, but I do recall that she wrote an account of Maya history that greatly angered Pakal because of the way it depicted his ascent to the throne.
How did Pakal wish to be depicted?
From the age of 12, when he came to the throne, Pakal claimed to be divinely appointed the first true, authentic king of the Maya. Then, the Whisperer came along and wrote that Pakal was only king because his mother pulled some strings.
He was a Nepo
It
baby.
was quite a blow to Pakal's image.
What happened to the scribe's writings?
Pakal swore that the Whisperer's words would never see the light of day. He put her body, her soul, and her writings all in a tomb and locked it up tight.
Wait,
Drama.
Henrik, a prison of stone? We're not talking about the monolith, are we?
That's the idea.
Do you think the monolith can be opened?
Good question. I'm certain that there's a dirty rat trying to get into that tomb. This is where my memory fizzles out. If I could only figure out why I took the Pakal.
This is important information, Henrik. Don't you think the police should be informed?
Please don't breathe a word of this. There's too much at stake.
Have you ever been part of a smuggling racket?
I don't know.
Can you tell me what the password is to your disk?
We already
You're
have
asking
it.
the wrong amnesiac.
You rest up. I'll be back.
I'll do my best.
Night, night. See you soon. Stone. All right, we're gonna learn so much. Here we go. A curse upon you who beholds this terror. The evil deeds of the Whisperer of Silent Secrets remain undead within this prison of stone, broken only when the four corners of the world are bound together, when the first king ascends the throne again, when the last Copan fool has labored till the end of time. Contacts. Last seen 17 months ago in the rainforest. Oh yeah, we be traveling. We be transportating. Snake in waddle. Husband and wife team speak German only. Notes. The matchmaker. We've got the answer. Matchmaker. A Tanzahab. What about Greenstone? Jade, Prison of Stone. Hi bud, welcome back. How was the tattoo adventure? Oh, good. Another phone number. 555 3195. Cool. Okay. Oh, it's on the back of your... Yeah, that would hurt. Yeah, tell us everything. What did you get? Is it a Nancy Drew themed tattoo on the back of your thigh? Oh yeah, I remember you talking about that one. Okay, cool. Cool. I should have called Dada while I was there, but whatever. We'll go finish the quiz. The rapid clicking. If I were to get a tattoo, it would probably be Nancy themed. Okay. One of the wives. Oops. Why did I not write this one down? And then... Nice. Level 3. Hee. Ooh. Okay. This is the god of death. This is the sun god. This is where it starts to get a little fuzzy. I think this is the moon goddess. Maybe I should be writing these down because I know that I'm gonna get something wrong. Okay. Some underground cave ambiance while I write down my notes. Hope you're enjoying. Okay, next. Cuckoo. Olkin. Kukulkan. Wind God. Spalenke. Slay. Okay. I have a 50-50 shot getting this right. Tlalek is gonna be the rain god. Lots of notes in this game. You gotta write so many things down. Oh, get back in there.
I wonder if Henrik would remember the answer.
Okay, so we've got something to ask Henrik about. There's gotta be another game to... Oh, hello. Here's the other game. Oh boy, this looks like fun. What? What does this mean? What are the instructions? Use the logographs below. Move the calendar stones so that the date equals 12 Kaban. So this is Kaban. How am I supposed to remember that, though? Wait, that was it, I think. Can I not turn it the other way? Nope. Oh, it's turning down. Okay, that's it. And then 12... There we go. So now we just need the animal that Pakal was afraid of. Which Henrik is gonna have to help us with, I suppose. Good job, Nancy. Do I have any voicemail?
You have no voicemail.
Nope. I need to figure out Morse code.
It's locked.
For snake. Or quattle. Where is the Morse code thing? Did I give that to Henrik? I must have. Or is it up here? It's up here for sure. Here we go. Okay. Quattle. C. Dash dot. Dash dot. O. Dash dash dash. A. dot dash T dash L dot dash dot dot. Isn't there something else that I need to know? Like another code word that I'm supposed to say? Okay, a series of numbers. Write down the last 3 digits of the series and add a 0. Add each of the original 5 digits. Wait, huh? Write down the last 3 digits of the series and add a 0 to it to get a 4-digit number. Add each of the original 5 digits and add the sum to the 4-digit number for the first step, from the first step. This is the station that the smugglers will take messages on. Okay. Okay, I think I get it.
The radio tube went out.
Never fear. I have a new one. I do not like that sound. Oh, I did not write down what the channel name is. I hate that sound. I hate that sound. I think it's 2050, but I don't want to just guess. $20.50. Okay. That's a horrible static sound. Wait. You always took the radio part so seriously. I always cheated on the radio part when I was a kid. So this is the first time I've ever done it for real, for real. There we go. And then I send the password. I hate the sounds. Send. What? Oh. Huh? Wait a second. What's happening? Oh. 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 3, 2, 7, 1. Okay. We start with that, right? So now I have to follow this. Okay, write down the last 3 digits of the series and add a 0 to it. So that's 2710. Add each of the original 5 to get, okay, 8 plus 3 plus 2 plus 7 plus 1 is 21. So add 21 to 2710, and then you have 2731. That seems right to me. I did that really fast, so I'm going to be impressed if I got that correct. Do I send them coatl? No, I'm supposed to send them leche, aren't I? I didn't write those Morse codes down. Bear with me, guys. Bear with me. Wrong drawer. Thank you for the scattered applause. Thank you, thank you. L dot dash dot dot. E is dot. C is dash dot dash dot. H is dot 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 dot. E is a dot. Okay. We can do this. 2. Right? 7. 3. 1.
Transmítalo ahora.
Okay. Dot, dash, dot, dot. Dot. Dash, dot, dash, dot. Dot, 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 dot. Dot. Am I supposed to send it one by one? I did this last time. Wait. Do I have to send the password first?
Mensaje encendido. Transmítalo ahora. Mensaje recibido. Entregaremos el paquete lo
We
más
did it,
pronto
I
posible.
think.
Cambio y fuera.
Okay, thank you. I hope that was all I had to do. Chat, was that all I had to do? With the radio? I hope so. I believe it's too late to go see Henrik, so we'll go to sleep and then see Henrik first thing, and then we'll check our mail. Visiting hours are never when they say they are. SMH. Mail! Okay. I don't know what that is. We're gonna have to come back to that later. I know that one of them has to be like cross-eyed or something. Or maybe all of them. Oh! Okay, so that was just a trial and error thing, it seems. Gotcha. Gotcha. I love that it's spooky victory music. I think that's so vibey of them. Henrik!
Good afternoon, young lady.
this is a long shot, but do you know what animal Pakal was afraid of?
You're asking the wrong amnesiac.
Ah.
Henrik, I received a note from your friends in Copan. I've got the Copan Fool Key. I still need the Pakal, though. How's your memory?
The tomb. Nancy, I hid the Pakal carving in the replica of the Pakal tomb at the bottom of the temple exhibit. Huh. Now, how did I think of that? And another thing, you'll need to get past that computer quiz. Sunny set it up with an impossible question.
That's what I just asked you,
no
dummy.
one knows what Pakal was
Sorry for
afraid
yelling.
of, but Sunny was petrified of the Coatamundi. It's an ornery bandit with a narrow snout and a long ringed tail, much like a raccoon or a polecat.
A polecat, you say?
According to your notes, Pakal made a 6-part key to the
Best
Whisperer's
line.
tomb and scattered the pieces around the world. Do you remember anything about this?
6 keys? 6 keys? 6 keys! Nancy, what are the 4 corners of the world? North, south, east, and west. Plus the first
world
king, Pakal
is a
himself, and the
circle. There are
Copan
no
Fool.
corners.
When they're all assembled, they open the tomb. Don't you see? This is why I stole the Pakal, to prevent some other schemer from putting the key together.
Maybe I'd better tell Joanna what's going on.
You must keep this to yourself for now. It's your only hope of getting to the bottom of this.
You rest up. I'll be back.
Be careful.
Okay, so now we have that answer to the quiz. Enjoy your lurk, Maggie. Oh. Jump scare. The Maya loved Jade.
It's locked.
It's locked. 6 keys? 6 keys? 6 keys! Yeah, it really should have been 7. Yay.
It needs a card.
Okay, Nancy.
It's too dark in here.
Ah!
I need a light.
Okay, so that's why we
I'd
need...
better go back.
I did try to go back. Okay. Oh.
I'm sorry about the broken leg,
Second
Nancy.
chance.
I'm
If
sure
you have that on your bingo
understand
card,
that
you
we'll
can
have
check
to
that
replace
off.
you as deputy curator if we're ever going to launch
Joanna,
this
you've been
exhibit.
suspended
You
from the
are
museum.
Out of commission after
You can't say
all.
anything to me.
Nothing personal. Bye-bye.
Second chance. Okay, so let's not go in there. Close the door. We need the glow stick. The Maya loved glow sticks. Shook. Shook that we have the Pakal carving right now in our pocket. The Pakal is just in Nancy's pants pocket. Her mom jeans. Thanks for being here,
It's too
Jumpa.
dark in here. I need a light.
Okay. Why did they make it so dark in here? Okay. So we can just go in here like that now?
It's too dark in here. I need a light.
Why? Why though? Okay, I'm just gonna go out because I don't want to be in the dark. Okay, so we have Pakal and we have that part of the jade. What next? Let's call Franklin Rose. Because he needs to know that we have the carving. Probably.
You have no voicemail.
Because then maybe Joanna won't be suspended anymore.
Boswell, Jackson, and Rose.
May I speak to Franklin Rose, please?
Everybody
Who may I say is
hydrate.
calling?
This is Nancy Drew.
Just a minute, please.
Nancy, how's your investigation coming along?
I'm making good progress, and the Pakal carving is safe and sound. But I'm afraid I can't tell you everything yet.
What in the world are you talking about?
I'm sorry, but I can't explain everything now. I'll take good care of the carving, I promise.
What can I say, Nancy? I don't like it. I don't like it one bit. Do what you have to do, but let's get this mess cleaned up,
Love
all
you
right?
too, Muffins.
So you'll call Joanna and invite her back to work?
I'll call her right away.
Thanks, Mr. Rose.
That's what I'm here for.
Nancy Drew, saving people's jobs every day.
Good afternoon, young lady.
You rest up. I'll be back.
I'll
Doing
do my
other
best.
people's jobs every day. Absolutely. Absolutely. Hi, Em. Welcome in. Where do I want to go? Oh, I still have to call Poppy. I forgot that I had her number and forgot to call her. 1-605-555-3195.
Daddle residence.
Hi, may I speak to Henry Daddle, please?
Speaking.
Mr. Daddle, my name is Nancy Drew. This is a long shot, but I'm calling regarding a Maya artifact that was bought at auction in 1898 by one Henry Albert Daddle. Does that ring any bells?
Sure. Henry Albert Daddle Sr. was my great-grandfather. You're talking about the jade carving, right?
Yes, exactly. Wow, I can't believe my luck.
Well, it's a lucky life if you ask me.
He
So what
does
can I do
not
for
sound very convinced of that.
I'm wondering if the artifact is still in the family.
Forgive me, Miss Drew. Who are you exactly?
It does sound like Scott Carty, doesn't it? Is it Scott Carty? Do we
I'm
know
a
that for a
detective
fact?
investigating the recent theft of another Maya jade carving at Beach Hill.
I see. Well, I was the last to inherit the carving, but my daughter Penelope was so intrigued with it that I gave it to her. I'm sure she'd be happy to talk to you about it. Why don't you give her a call on her line? It's 555-3197.
Will do.
It also kind of sounds
Thanks,
like
Mr.
Dave
Daddle.
Gregory,
My pleasure.
but more like Ned. Okay, IMDb confirmed. Love it.
Hello?
Hi, is this Penelope?
Not even.
Oh, is this 605-555-3197?
Yeah, but no one calls me Penelope anymore. Except my parents, that is. To my friends, the art world, and anyone else who made it out of the 20th century, I'm Poppy.
The art
Poppy.
world? Wait, you're not Poppy Dada, are you?
Ta-da! Ping ping! You win! Who's this?
My name's
It does-
Nancy
yeah,
Drew.
she does
I'm
kinda
a
sound like
detective.
Deirdre.
A detective? No way. So do you get to wear a sassy tweed hat and pick hairs off dead bodies and gross, creepy stuff like that?
I know
Actually,
Poppy
I
would be
try
such
to
a
keep low
good
profile,
returning character
and
to
a
have.
tweed hat, well, it's a little conspicuous.
So,
Yeah, her
where'd you
art
get my
does
name?
make an appearance.
Don't tell me I'm like wanted by the FBI or something. That would be too scandalous.
Not quite. Taylor Sinclair told me about you.
I have a
I
hair
saw
on my
one of your
face.
paintings in his office here in
tickling my
Washington,
nose.
D.C.
So, how do you know Big Bunny Sinclair?
Not Big Bunny.
I beg your pardon. Did you say Big Bunny?
Oops. Just a little nickname I accidentally found out about. He made me promise to abolish it from my memory. Anyway, about your acquaintance, you were saying?
Oh, it's a small world, you know.
Are you kidding? Try finding yourself in line at the grocery store with your dad, your driver's ed teacher, and your creepy lab partner from last semester all at the same time. Vermilion is like some kind of petri dish for close encounters of the small world.
That would be interesting.
But anyway, has Taylor been pushing those Oaxacan cookies on you? You haven't eaten one, have you?
So far, I've managed to politely decline. I take it you advise against them?
Let's put it this way. His trip to Oaxaca was about 2 years ago, and he's been trying to move those rancid lard biscuits ever since.
Thanks for the tip, Poppy. I can see you're going to be a detective's best friend.
That's hot. What's the case? Are there dead bodies involved? Do you need to, like, tap my phone or impersonate
I
me
wonder
or
if
something?
Ed and Bet
Someone
Raleigh
is
are
stealing Maya
named
antiquities,
after them.
jade carvings to be exact, and leaving this scary red handprint at the scene of every crime.
Ghastly. So, what's with the red hand?
It seems like some kind of threat, but to whom? And what is this thief really after? It's more than money, I'm sure of it.
Drama. So, where do the daddles come in?
I got a tip that your great-great-grandfather bought a jade carving, much like the ones that are being stolen. I'm hoping to take a look at it.
You mean that ancient green rock with the weird symbol on it? I slapped some shoe polish on it and stuck it in one of my paintings.
You're kidding. That's a one-of-a-kind Maya artifact, a piece of history. It's hundreds of years old. It's worth a lot of money.
That's the whole point. Have you heard the saying that a work of art is never finished, just abandoned? Well, I'm taking that idea to the limit by making art that will keep changing as different people encounter, perceive, and interact with it.
I love her.
I'm tired of artwork that says, don't touch. I'm all about letting go, about sending my work into the world
so
and seeing how it
hippy-dippy
continues
woo-woo,
to
and I love
become.
it.
Don't you see? It's an organic process. I mean, how can people really relate to art if it doesn't come to life and
No worries,
grow
bud.
and die, just like they do? That carving is part of
I
something
know
bigger
she's kind of
now.
cringe,
I can't imagine your dad
but she
would
is
be very
so
pleased about this.
unapologetically
Does he
herself.
know?
Oh,
And
Nancy,
she's not,
that's
like,
such a
problematic.
prude. Taylor's probably still got the
I don't
artwork.
think.
At least, I don't think he sold it yet.
If she was
Why don't you ask
problematic
him? Tell him
and
you want to see the piece called
unapologetically herself,
Deadly Midnight Snack.
then I
It's
think
the
she'd
one
be
with the
kind of
rubber
cringe.
shark.
The one with the rubber shark. Yes, I've seen it, but I didn't notice any jade carving.
Well, take a closer look there, sweets. It's in there. If you really need the carving to crack this case, why don't you just go ahead and take it?
What? Poppy, you can't be serious.
Sure, why not? After all, this is a chance to enact exactly what I've been talking about. The organic process. Inviting my viewers to interact with my work. The deal is, you can take the carving, but you have to put something in its place.
I can choose anything? A light
I'm
bulb?
here for Poppy.
A
Me
magnifying
too.
glass? A pair of headphones?
No, it should be something more organic. Stay with the title, Deadly Midnight Snack. And don't be afraid to go way out. As an artist, I can tell you that inspiration bites in the most mysterious ways.
I'll do my best.
I'm
Right
picking
on.
up what she's
But let's
putting
keep Taylor out
down.
of this. He'd probably blow a gasket if he saw you tampering with the merchandise. That's all art is to him, you know. Merchandise.
The correct
It's a
answer
deal.
is yes.
Good luck, Nancy.
Thanks, Poppy. Bye. May I take a closer look at that wacky Dada painting?
Be my guest. I just had a call from Poppy this morning. She says she's in a really creative period right now. I said, please, sweetie, if you get any more creative, they're going to lock you up.
Pardon me a moment, Nancy. I'll be right back. I hope.
Poppy said to replace it with something.
I wonder what happened to make him run out. Do we ever find out why he left like that? I'm also shocked that Nancy doesn't snoop while he's gone. Like, come on, this is the perfect moment. What do you mean we're not snooping?
Thanks for
Welcome
clearing my
back.
name, Nancy. Honestly,
Yes.
I mean, what kind of moron would I be to try and ruin my own exhibit? Anyway, we need to make up for lost time. I need you to go to the storeroom and start unpacking some of those crates. One of the pieces has a fancy security device on it. The code is 0677.
Apparently, a Topeka woman named Prudence Rutherford has recently been visited by a red-handed thief, too. Do you have any idea how I might get in touch with her?
Afraid I can't help you there.
I've got work to do.
Go to it.
Other than the combination that she just gave us, I did put a cookie on the painting. I couldn't take it without the cookie. Okay, so now I think I only need one more side. And yeah, or two more. Mega yes. Love the answer to that poll. Do you know
Good
anything?
afternoon, young lady.
You rest up. I'll be back.
I'll do my best.
Okay, chat, for the sake of bingo, I'm gonna ask you guys for a hint so you can check off Luce asks for help. What should I do now? Because I've exhausted my notes. I'll talk to Alejandro because I haven't in a while, but I don't think that'll get me any like game triggers. Oh, Maggie, I'm sorry.
Hello.
I should get back
This
to
is
the
Junior.
museum.
Yes, you should.
I'm doing my first playthroughs, my first replays all through Junior Detective, and then when I replay them again, we'll do Senior. What am I hearing? I think I can hear my dogs barking. Okay, please hold. Anyways, we're back. Have we asked the smugglers for the carving? Yes, we have done that. Let's just do a big old scroll. I love this. I love when the games call themselves out. I think that's so funny. No worries, seller. No worries. Okay. I need to figure out how to contact Prudence Rutherford. Oh, I should probably call them again. I called them earlier, but it might have been too early to get that info. So I think it's this phone number.
Chaco Canyon Cultural Center.
Hi, this is Nancy Drew calling.
Hi, Nancy. It's Sheila. What can I do for you?
I've just got to get my hands on a replica of that jade carving you lost. Do you have any ideas?
Not off the top of my head, but maybe one of my staff will have a bright idea. I need some time to ask around. Can you call back later?
Sure thing.
Feel free to call if you have any more questions.
Do I get Prudence's phone number from Chaco Canyon?
Hello?
Or is it
me
from somebody
again.
else?
Nancy Drew, you will never guess who the cat just dragged in. Frank and Joe Hardy.
You're kidding. I haven't talked to those two in months.
Let me tell you, they're as cute as ever. George and I were just telling them about your latest case, and
Judging by the way they're hovering around me at the moment, I think they want to say hello.
Sure, put them on.
Hi, Nancy, it's Frank.
Frank Hardy, what in the world are you doing in River Heights?
Well, Joe and I just finished up a case out west, and we're taking a few days to drive back to Bayport. So we stopped in River Heights to say hello to our favorite girls.
Well, that's awfully sweet of you.
We should have known you'd be out there chasing trouble.
Joe, is that you?
The one and only. How's it going, Nancy?
Oh, just knee-deep in another case. You know the feeling.
Do we ever? There's one around every corner, isn't there?
You can say that again.
There's one around every corner, isn't there?
All right, Joe. Cheeky as ever, I see.
It's the secret of my irresistible charm.
Oh, brother. Listen, Nancy, we're taking off again tomorrow, but if you want to talk shop about this case, why don't you give us a call on the car phone? The number is 973
I don't like his voice in this one.
3393.
Sounds great. I'll do that.
Go get him, Nancy.
Good luck.
Can we call that a Francie moment? Them calling us
Frank and Joe Hardy.
their favorite girls.
Out of mystery. Joe here.
That's pretty cute, Joe. Can you come up with a slogan for me, too?
Hey, Nancy. Hold on while I put you on speakerphone.
Not glowy
You still
green
there?
stick.
Yep.
Hi, Nancy. You got access to
I'm
both
calling
of
it
our
Francie
brilliant minds
moment.
now.
You can check that
So
off
how's
your
the case
bingo if
coming
you got
along?
that
When
square.
I finished all the puzzles in the temple, I got this glowy green stick as a prize.
Cool. I bet it's a glow light stick.
What's that?
They use them in the military a lot during
When were
nighttime
glow
training
sticks
exercises and
invented?
stuff. They're more portable and less conspicuous than flashlights.
What is it that makes it glow?
Are they less
Constituted
conspicuous
swamp water
though?
and moon dust? Who knows? But hang on to it, Nancy. It might come in handy.
Yeah, but remember, those things don't last forever, so use it wisely.
This investigation is stalling. Any thoughts on how to get it back in gear?
Donations to the museum must go through the board of directors in some way.
See what Franklin Rose can tell you.
I'm sort of stumped by the riddle that Henrik translated from the monolith.
Nancy Drew stumped? I find that hard to believe. What's the problem?
Well, it seems like opening the tomb and breaking the curse are the same thing.
Oh, sure, but how does a person pull that off?
It has something to do with putting these 6 keys together. But there's this other part that says, when the first king, that's Bakal, ascends the throne again.
I hate to say it, but isn't it a little late for that guy? I mean, hasn't it been like 1,500 years? You just don't jump back on the throne after a hiatus like that.
You're being too literal, Joe. It must have something to do with a date, don't you think, Nancy? I mean, when did Pakal ascend the throne the first time around?
I don't know off the top of my head, but the information must be in the museum somewhere.
I'm gonna say June. Sometime in June. That's the traditional month for throne ascensions, isn't it?
First of all, kid brother, June is the traditional month for weddings. And second, the date is not going to be in our Gregorian calendar. It's going to be a date on the Maya calendar, which has a whole different structure.
The cursor changing
Frank,
right
you are
there?
my #1 favorite know-it-all.
Talk to you later, fellas.
Later, Nancy.
Bye.
Interesting. Okay, Franklin Rose. Oh, maybe Franklin Rose gives us Prudence's
Boswell, Jackson, and Rose. How
phone
may I
number.
direct your call?
This is Nancy Drew, calling for Franklin Rose, please.
Just a minute, please.
Nancy, to what do I owe the pleasure of this call?
I need to contact a woman named Prudence Rutherford. I noticed she's on the board of the Topeka
We are
Commission
moving
for
forward,
the Arts,
baby.
and that they've donated money to Beach Hill. Any idea how I might track her down?
Well, you're in luck. It so happens that Prudence and I sat on the panel of judges for the Kansas Speak No Evil Mime competition for 3 years in a row.
Huh?
Back when I lived in Wichita. How's that for a small world?
You judged a mime competition?
Indeed I did. I haven't talked to Prudence in about 10 years. But let's see if I still have her in this old
785.
dinosaur of a Rolodex. Ah, yes, here we go.
Love a
Got
Rolodex
pen?
reference.
It's area code 785.
Kids these days don't know what a Rolodex is.
7279. What's this all about?
Miss Rutherford had a necklace with a Maya artifact stolen right out of her home. I'm trying to see if there's any connection between these robberies.
Ha! You're a real pro, Nancy. Say, why don't I call ahead and let Prudence know what's going on? That way I can say hello, and
Call
she'll
fast
be
because
expecting
I'm calling
Now
her
I think
right
you're
after
reading
you.
my mind, Mr. Rose. Thanks.
Not a problem, dear.
I'll dial slowly so you have time to catch up.
You have reached the villa of Prince Rutherford. As you may have heard, the sanctity of my home has recently been violated. If you've reached this recording, it means I've gone to my quiet place. So please
This is
don't
so
leave a
me.
message. You are
Me when I
welcome
go
to
on
try
Do Not
back
Disturb.
another time. If you are calling
I've
about the
gone
corn
to my
growers ball,
quiet
rest
place.
assured that the show will go on as scheduled on the 9th.
Okay. Maybe we call her back in the morning?
You have reached
No.
the villa
Okay.
of Prudence Rutherford. As you may
I thought
have heard, the
maybe
sanctity
it
of
just
my
wasn't
home has
business
recently
hours,
been
you know?
violated. If you've reached this recording,
She'll
it
call me
means
back.
I've gone to my quiet place. So please don't leave a message. You are welcome to try back another time. If you are calling about the corn growers ball,
So
rest
what
assured
next?
that the show will go on as scheduled.
I could call Chaco Canyon again? Or should I wait? I don't know. I feel like I can call them again. Yeah, I'll try calling her from the museum. I'm sorry to hear that, Liv.
Chaco Canyon
Thanks for
Cultural
saying
Center.
hi.
Hi, this is Nancy Drew
I hope
calling.
it gets
Hi,
better.
Nancy. It's Sheila.
Let
Well,
us know if we can
racked
do
our
anything for
brains.
you.
Finally, one of my staff came up with the original box that the carving was packed in. The piece was encased in a tight foam cast
Love you
to
too,
prevent
girl.
damage during shipping.
Love you, bestie.
I'm not sure how much good it'll do you, but I can send it to you.
We are looking for Blue's Clues. We are looking for Blue's Clues.
Henrik left Beach Hill as his forwarding address, so I know what to do. I'll send it express.
Thanks a million, Sheila.
Good luck with your investigation.
Love you, Jamie. Yes, hang out with Mr. Beat. That will help. That will do wonders.
Good afternoon, young lady.
He's really not helping me right now.
Be careful.
Liv! Thank you! Thank you so much for the gift subs. Seriously. You're the best in the world! Exclamation Liv! Exclamation Liv in the chat. What a nice thing. Just a gem.
Need something?
I've got work to do.
See you around.
Kindest heart on the planet. Aw, thanks for the bits, Owen. So much love from my mods. Exclamation Owen.
You have no voice.
Rest up, Liv. Go get your decompression time. Okay, that didn't work. Heading out for now. Have a good night. Have a good night, bestie. Okay, let's see.
It's a rock fact.
Thank you, Sneeze, for the rock fact.
Any news?
I'd better get going.
Okay,
Bye
nobody's
now.
talking to me. What does this mean? This is my last chance to get some human interaction. Alejandro. Thank you so much for the follow. I'm trying to figure out how to say your name. Striganina?
Hello.
Did I say that right? You feel free to correct me if I said it wrong. Thank you so much for following. I hope you have a fun, cozy little time. So glad to have you. I think that I have to call Prudence from the hotel. Because when I called from the museum, I got an error tone. Maybe I need to call Franklin Rose first. Oh, good!
How may I
Enjoy
direct
the
your call?
sub.
I'd like to speak to Franklin Rose, please.
I'm sorry, but Mr. Rose is out of the office.
Enjoy all the
Would you
fun
like to try
goose
back later?
emotes.
Sure, thank you.
Have a great day.
We got a dancing goose, a note-taking goose, a honking goose, all kinds of geese.
Yes? Hello?
Oh, she answered.
Hi,
It's
this
me.
is Nancy Drew, calling from Washington, D.C. I'm trying to reach Prudence Rutherford, please.
Oh, yes. Franklin told me you'd be calling. Such
I love this
dreadful
one too.
news
It
about
has
Beach Hill.
such
I will do
high
everything in my
nostalgia
power
factor.
to help you catch those rapscallions. To think how
And it's
they
very
violated
educational.
the sanctity of my
It does have a
domicile.
pacing
Good
problem,
heavens.
Did Mr.
but
Rose fill you in on the
it's good
museum
otherwise.
theft?
He just told me that you're young and brilliant, and that you might be able to get my fire ruby necklace back.
I'll certainly do my best. Tell me, did the necklace have a lot of sentimental value to you?
Yes, I'm afraid it did. I had the necklace restrung to include an exquisite jade carving as the centerpiece, a genuine artifact of the ancient Maya. The carving is not only one of a kind, but a Rutherford family heirloom given to me by my great-grandfather when I was just a little girl.
Does the
Is
carving
it a
have
different
any
voice
meaning
actor?
that you know of?
It features a rare glyph. No one's been able to give me a precise translation.
Or did
but
she just,
most
like, perfect her
epigraphers have
voice?
agreed that it has something to do with a snake, the color green, and the direction south.
I see.
It's
That makes
terribly
sense.
fascinating.
Do you think the thief or thieves had any idea of what they were stealing?
Oh, they
How fun
must
would
have
it be to be a voice actor in a
The
Nancy
rest of my
game?
valuables were left untouched.
What a dream.
Frankly, I don't know whether to be grateful or
Maybe someday
insulted.
I'll be a voice actor in a Nancy game.
The first thing I
Can you
saw when I
imagine?
opened my eyes was this positively ghoulish red handprint on the wall. I nearly jumped out of my skin.
A red handprint was left at the scene of the crime at Beach Hill, too. Ms. Rutherford, I'm almost certain that these robberies were committed by the same person.
But why? What is so special
So
about
funny.
these carvings?
Ms. Rutherford, it would be so helpful if I knew exactly what your carving looked like. Could you send me a picture that shows it in detail?
I can do better than a photo. The insurance
Yes,
company
you can,
made this
Queen.
dreadful replica of the necklace with the idea that I would wear such a thing to public functions. Please. But I could send that to you if you'd like.
Perfect. Let me give you the address.
My secretary will have the address of the museum. Now, if that is all you require, young lady, I will need to attend to other pressing matters.
I love this
Thanks
game
a million,
too.
Miss Rutherford. I won't let you down.
Call me Prudence. Oh, and Nancy, when you find the villains who did this to me, do me a favor and give them a sound thrashing.
You're coming through loud and clear. Bye.
Give them a sound thrashing. Okay, let's go to sleep. I know we just woke up, but I need my mail. We just got a letter. We just got a letter. We just got a letter. Wonder who it's from. Nancy, please relieve me of these horrid fake rubies by offering them to the Maya god of refuse, if there is one. I have no love for imposters. Do I need to call the Choco Center again? Mayhaps I do. Maybe I can only get one piece of mail at a time. Because I don't ever recall getting more than one package at once. Aww. Okay. Reverser! Welcome! Welcome, Raiders.
This is Joe.
Hey, Joe.
What
it's
were you
Nancy.
playing
Hey,
today?
Nancy.
Can one of my
I've got
mods
that
give the
slogan for you. Are you ready?
shout? Give the
course.
shout out.
Nancy Drew, the ace in every case.
Welcome to
Catchy.
Secret of the
I'll
Scarlet
make a real
Hand.
impression on my suspects with that line.
Thank you for the follow 2 weeks. Thank you, thank you. Hi Raiders, if you don't know me, my name is Luce, or Lucy, or Loose Goose, whatever you'd like to call me. We play a lot of nostalgic and cozy games on my channel, and we play Nancy Drew every Thursday. I'm playing them out of order, and I'm replaying all of them. I know that you guys on Reverser's channel have been playing them in order for the first time, which is so fun. Oh, you played Shadow Ranch today? That's so awesome. That's a really good one. That one comes highly rated. Did you finish it? Or are you still in the middle of it?
This investigation is stalling. Any thoughts on how to get it back in gear?
Has anything arrived from the Chaco Canyon Cultural Center?
This investigation is stalling. Any thoughts on how to
Good,
get
I'm
it
glad
back
you're
in
loving
gear?
it.
Has anything arrived from the Chaco Canyon Cultural Center?
This investigation is stalling. Any thoughts on how to get it back
Not
in
me
gear?
not listening
Has
at
anything
all.
arrived from the Chaco Canyon Cultural Center?
Okay, we're gonna
Talk to
find
you
out.
later, fellas.
Later, Nancy.
Bye.
Reverser, how did you feel about Secret of the Shadow Ranch? Or not Shadow Ranch, Secret of the Scarlet Hand when you played it? Because I know that you finished this one a little bit ago. I feel like this one comes with very mixed reviews, but I like it. I like it a lot.
I bet I can make a mold from this foam core.
But was confused on how I was saved. Oh. Okay, how do I do this? Here? Okay, no worries. Okay, so I think I have all the pieces. I feel
According
like
to
I'm
Henrik's
zooming.
notes, I need to make a key out of these pieces.
Okay. Does this one go here? No. I would proudly wear a Beach Hill sweatshirt. I would too. I would too, I would say. Do I have to put this on first? Okay, there we go. This one.
Now I have the key.
Slave. We've got a key. Okay, am I at endgame right now? Is that the last thing I need before I can open the monolith? Or am I tripping? I think so too. I kind of, for some reason, I was not expecting to get this far so quickly. Even though I did part 1 on Monday. Oh no. Fingers crossed for you, seller. Okay, let's go check this out. A little bit of burn noises.
This side looks damaged.
Okay.
Something's missing here.
Mm-hmm. Nope. Where does this piece go? Oh, do I have to bring the sulkin first? That is what it's called, isn't it? Nancy has to deadlift first. If I were in Nancy's shoes, I would not. I would have to roll. I would have to roll the calendar. Also, I would carry it one piece at a time. I don't know why she has to carry both pieces at this point.
It's locked.
Okay. Is this a skeleton key? Does it open all? Yay.
Wow, these are heavy. I'm not sure I can hold on to these stones for very much
Okay,
longer.
Nancy.
I've got to put these things down.
Okay, you're so dramatic. I'm going as fast as I can. Okay.
The poem said, when the first king ascends again.
I'd get a dolly from the shipping room. That's really smart. I know! She could just put him down and then pick him back up again. Is this the same as what we did in the quiz thing? I feel like they made this really hard to see. Is it this one? Chat, can you help me? I'm a little... okay, I think this is the number 12. If I am doing what I did in the tunnels or wherever, I think I'm at least on the right number, but I cannot tell the glyphs. I might have to look it up. I don't want to, though. I don't want to cheat. Can I leave that there? Okay, good. I was afraid that I was gonna have to, pick it up and take it back. Okay, when the first king ascends again. So is that information that we're gonna see in here?
It's locked.
Mm-hmm. The Maya were expert astronomers and were extremely interested in the passage and marking of time. While they did not use hours or minutes, they did have a complex method of determining the days and months of a year, and their calendar was very similar to modern Western calendars. Used to track the days in a 260-day year. In this calendar, there are 20 weeks each with exactly 13 days. The days were given numbers. Oh, while the weeks were represented by the following graphs. So, how do I know? I'm just not sure where to find this information. I keep looking at these like it's gonna tell me something. Like it's gonna tell me what I'm supposed to do. I guess it's not gonna tell me again. Guys. I don't know how to do this. I cheated on this guy. Oh! Jump scare. I didn't get a second chance that time. She just tripped up the stairs. Wait, is that a hint? This? Or is this a hint? No, it's not. Brother, I don't know what I'm doing. Do I need to talk to somebody? Is there anyone in the game that can help me with this question? Or am I asking the wrong amnesiac? The way that I stuttered over that one sentence for...
I've got work to do.
See you around.
I could also call Bess and George or the Hardys for a hint. Okay, he's snoring. Does this tell me? When the first king ascends the throne again. Who knows? Ugh. Somebody's gotta help me. I don't know what to do. Okay, we're calling Frank and Joe though, because I feel like they're more experienced in the mystery department. And Frank has a crush on Nancy, so.
This is Frank.
Hey, Frank, it's Nancy.
Hello.
How's the road trip going?
Well, Joe's driving at the moment, so I'm just jotting a few notes for my last will and testament.
Very funny, Frank.
So when are we gonna team up on another case, Nancy? It's been a while.
Immediately,
It would be
if you
fun,
want.
But let me get through this one first.
What's the latest, Nancy?
This investigation is stalling. Any thoughts on how to get it back in gear?
Nancy?
Oh!
Hello?
Hello?
Hello? I think we lost her.
Not this. Not them hanging up on me. Oh, Guys, my nephew has been watching the stream and smiling. Bye, James. Bye, baby. Also, bye, sister. Bye, Lainey. Have a good night. Love you guys. We're introducing him early to Nancy Drew games.
It's me again.
Hey, Nancy. What's the latest, Nan?
Detective Drew, requesting hint, please.
For context,
one of the exhibits must mention
he's a
the date
year
of
old.
Paul's ascension. Then, you just turn the calendar stones the same way you did with the activity in the temple.
Okay, that's what I thought. Okay, one of the exhibits must mention the date on Paul's ascension.
I'll talk to you later, ladies.
Paul's
Bye.
ascension.
See ya.
Okay. So at least they, I mean, I kind of already knew that information, but at least they didn't hang up on me. Like Frank and Joe. SMH. Okay. Do I need to listen to it, maybe?
Lady Zach Cook ruled Palenque before her son ascended the throne in 615 CE. Maya tradition required that the kingship be handed down from father to son, but
now
Lady
how do I
Zach
translate
Cook
that
broke this
into
custom
the
by establishing herself
information
as a
that I
deity.
have?
This gave her the power to justify.
How do I... Welcome back, Maggie. We're just trying to figure out how to translate Pakal's ascension into the logographs.
Maya scribes recorded the official history of the kings and queens, but very little is known.
The Maya used different methods to represent numbers.
Could it be... Could it be literally me just putting in 615? I don't know if that even made sense. But none of these are numbers, right? I mean, 3 bars is 15, right? I could brute force the outside one. Okay, I think that that is wrong. I'm so confused. I marked Francie moment, but I think that you were here for that. But I'm pretty sure that's the only thing you would have missed. Are there any Easter eggs in this game? I don't think so. Could it be 6 that we need? Oh, yeah. That was it. Okay, so the number in the middle was 6. Let it be known. I have no idea what the outer circle was, but...
I'll have to choose which side of the cube goes here.
Did I do that right? I guessed. Does that mean I'm getting it right? Hello?
Nothing happened.
Okay, it did mean I was getting it right.
I've already solved this part.
Thank you for telling me, Nancy, because there is no way I would have known.
I've already solved this part. This should be the last step. I wonder what's inside.
End game, end game, end game.
It's blank.
Who's your friend, Nancy?
Boo. Taylor Sinclair.
Kiss her on the mouth.
Who'd you expect, the Tooth Fairy? Looks like someone forgot her beauty cream. I guess we can't all age gracefully.
I'm sure she would say the same about you.
You've been a top-notch assistant, Nancy, but I'm afraid you're just not going to make it in the art world.
I wasn't trying to make it in the art world.
Why are you doing
I'm trying to be a detective.
Nancy, do you have any idea what that book contains?
This tomb and all of its contents belong to Mexico.
Finders keepers, I say. Nobody even realizes this
drawing
thing
a
has
blank.
any contents. Won't they get a surprise when they finally open it up and find that it contains a 7th century scribe and a 21st century detective?
Also, you can check off
Adios,
villain
Nancy.
monologue. Oh no! It's too dark.
Something's missing here.
I'm starting to run out of air in here.
Okay, thank you. How did Nancy know to open the mouth?
I gotta get out of here.
Nancy, I'm trying to think.
I'm suffocating in here.
Please
Let
stop
me
talking.
out. This may be the scribe's notes about Pakal.
Should we read it right now?
Behold!
Yes, and we all already had a jump
from the
scare,
tomb,
so you can mark that
like
off.
a mermaid from the sea.
Meanwhile, the foolish villain stews in the sour soup of his own
Agreed,
miscalculation.
Owen.
From deep in the recesses
And I think there was
time,
Krollmeister,
a
you can mark
wise
that off
royal
too.
scribe whispers her thanks.
And a priceless chapter of history is
Do y'all ever
rescued
wonder,
from obscurity.
like, were they
Where'd you
just
go,
waiting out
Nancy?
here? Were they just, like, standing around the monolith, and they're like, oh yeah, Nancy's
in
in
the
there.
world?
I think she's fine.
Confound you, Nancy Drew!
Yeah.
Dear Dad, it was great to talk to you on the phone last night. I can't wait to see you back in River Heights where I can fill you in on the whole story. Can you believe that your own daughter was recently standing face to face with a real mummy? Now that the scribe's book has been recovered, I understand how important it is and why Taylor
I didn't get a
thought he could
bingo
make a
either.
fortune selling
I
it
was
on the
really
black
close.
market.
Well,
The
I
book
guess
contains
if you
one of
have
the
time
only
puzzle, you can
personal
mark that
accounts of
off,
Maya
and that
life
did
in
give me a
existence
bingo.
Anywhere. I'm sure it'll be a tremendous addition to our knowledge of the Maya once it's translated, that is. And now that Henrik's memory is back up to speed again, I'm sure he'll be itching to get to work on it. Taylor Sinclair won't be making any art deals for a long time, though, that's for sure. I guess I shouldn't be surprised about Alejandro's discovery that the Pakal carvings provenance documents were fake.
I feel like
after
I was
all.
pretty fast on this one
When
too.
Franklin
I did
Rose
have
and the
part
board
1 on
found out,
Monday,
they arranged to
and I
return
played like
the
an hour
artifact
of
to
it.
Mexico right away. Mexican officials are
but
so happy to
I
have
feel
the
like I
artifact back.
did
they have
pretty
pledged
good
a
with
new
pacing.
era of diplomatic relations with Beach Hill.
Goofing.
Joanna sure learned her lesson about making deals with shady operators like Taylor. The board has agreed to give her another chance as
Thanks,
long as she reforms her
Nancy.
business tactics. And what else? Oh yes, Poppy Dada's announced a new direction in her artwork. All her new
Goofing.
paintings are going to feature, what else? Mysterious red handprints. So I guess everyone is taking off in new directions now. I'm going to stay and help this exhibit get launched. But I'll see you back at home in a couple of weeks. Have a safe trip home. Love, Nancy.
Dear Nancy, Bess and George told me you're on a case in D.C. I hope everything is working out for you. I wish I could say the same for me. I'm planning on living here, but there's been some trouble. I think someone or something doesn't want me here. Please, Nancy, I'm afraid I can't stay here very much longer. I know you're busy, but I'm desperate. I need you to come out and investigate. Please say you will. Your friend, Sally.
Do I know you? Okay, guys, it's time to say goodbye to YouTube. Bye, YouTube. See you later. Thanks so much for being here for the second part of Secret of the Scarlet Hand. We finished. We did great. We solved a mystery. Woohoo! If you'd like to solve more mysteries with us, come on over to Twitch. The link is in the description below this video, and you can click on that link and come over here and follow me. That way you can get notifications about when I go live, and you'll never miss another stream. But if you want to just catch the streams after the fact, you can subscribe to the YouTube channel, and you can stay up to date over here, which is also good, and also supports me, and I also love you for it. So, thank you. Love you. See you soon. Bye.